Everyone likes money, but not everybody likes guaranteed money. And there have been many debates in recent years about universal basic income, also known as UBI. A universal basic income is basically a fixed income that every adult will receive from the government, according to Heller Nathan, a New Yorker articles publisher. And in the past few years, the term universal basic income has become increasingly popular on Google, growing as much as 50 times between 2015 and 2019, according to a CNBC article. UBI is a proposed solution to changes in labor. And in today's society, automation is taking over manual labor, putting many people out of work, and unemployment is worsened by unforeseen disasters, such as the COVID-19 pandemic that we are in right now. However, there are also some people that are against this idea, and some people that do not support UBI, citing inflations, rises of taxes, or low incentives to work. And after thoroughly researching, I have concluded that despite these risks, UBI is worth becoming a bill to be passed by Congress, especially during unprecedented times. And having a guaranteed monthly paycheck will ensure that people will actually have food on their table. And automation is outperforming human labor, and UBI will resolve this problem. This will allow more freedom in one's career choice. And UBI will definitely protect human rights. Human rights includes equality, the right of life, freedom of opinion, and the right to work and get an education. And to ensure that Americans can survive the next disaster, we can contact our local senators by calling or emailing about UBI. We are stronger together, and together we can make a change. And having a guaranteed monthly paycheck will prevent poverty. This even dates back to Martin Luther King Jr. And in one of his books called Where Do We Go From Here, he even stated in one of his press in 1967 that a guaranteed income would abolish poverty. This would also mean reducing income inequality. And in 2018, the co-founder of Facebook, Chris Hughes, also outlined a plan in his book to give universal basic income for those making 50,000 or less a year. And one of the main things he said in his book was how cash is the best thing you can do to improve health outcomes, education outcome, and lift people out of poverty. And in his plan, he also stated how each individual will receive $500 monthly, and the funds will actually come from the top 1%. And a small percentage of people are getting wealthy day by day, while the majority of us people are struggling to put food on the table. And in the future, automation will definitely outperform human being and put many people out of work. And therefore, employing UBI will ensure that people can sustain themselves if they were laid off. And SpaceX and even the CEO of Tesla, Elon Musk, stated that there were a good chance we can end up with a universal basic income or something like that due to automation during a phone call exchange that they were having that were recorded. And UBI will allow more freedom in one's career of choice and give families more money to support their family. And an article from Stanford University about UBI even stated how the main reason that people strive for UBI is the growth of income and wealth inequalities and the precariousness of labor and the persistence of abject poverty. UBI will allow individuals to wait for a better opportunity or job offer. They could even quit their job if they have family emergencies or even if they had to take care of someone during the COVID-19 pandemic. For instance, UBI would be the one solution that would help many people during the COVID-19 pandemic. And one of the supporting argument for UBI in a debate is how it can foster creativity and innovation. And when someone enjoys what they do, they tend to be more creative. And what does creativity lead to? It leads to new innovations. And UBI will also remove problems such as with existing welfare programs that keep people below the poverty line. And in an article, should everyone receive a guaranteed income? by Kimberly, a researcher about UBI. It would remove health programs such as Medicare and Medicaid, and remove social insurance programs such as Social Securities. All of these programs are so costly for the government, and it would be beneficial to remove them. However, there are some people that do not support UBI also because of inflation or rises of taxes or low incentives to work. And people might have the incentive to spend their cash immediately on non-essential purchases. However, the taxes will mainly only affect the top 1% of America. And given all these limitations, this is still a good solution to resolve this issue. And the United States lead the world in progressive policies. Many, many nations are still researching for economic solutions to changes in labor without actually implementing it. And if we adopt UBI first, the United States could actually be a successful role model for other countries. And we could be the first one to pave the way for other countries. And we can contact our local senators by calling or emailing them about UBI. And that's how we can make a change together. And remember that we are stronger together, and together we can make a change.